My people, it's about that time.
Like a boss.
Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today we will be looking at a news update of future and previous President Trump. It's national news today that President Biden has officially announced his departure from campaigning, essentially leaving the door wide open for you-know-who to, resume his rightful place in the White House as the, quote, leader of the free world. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get to profit as a result, and today is no exception. So if you haven't done it, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Click that bell so you get notifications. I make a video 7 days a week because the markets don't sleep, and I'm just here to help you get a piece of pie so you can have something to eat. So with that being said, let's go ahead and make this money. First things first, you get a chance to win some free Bitcoin if you shout your city out in the comments. Again, I give away free Bitcoin on this channel every single Friday. Every video is a new chance to win. Just leave me a comment. Let me know what part of the world you are tuning in from. We have a global community, and this is my chance to shout you guys out, which I do at the end of every video. So here we go. This is from Forbes.com as early as this morning, 7:33 a.m., July 21st, 2024. It's inevitable. Bitcoin price suddenly soars on wild rumors Donald Trump will create a U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve. Those are big words when they put together. You know what I'm saying? U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve. Back in the day, once upon a time, that little piece of paper in your wallet folded up with some dead white guy's face on it, once upon a time, that thing was anchored in something with some value, right? We used to have a gold standard, right? This was kind of the original concept, monetary system. Basically, precious metals being limited and finite in resource were mined and minted, and this became common currency for tangible exchange of goods and services. In like 1940, we weaned ourselves from the gold standard, and we introduced a petrodollar system, which essentially backed the dollar with all of the oil accommodated through the proliferation of the military-industrial complex. I don't really remember seeing, too many good things come out of that switch. I think if you actually look at, the deflation of the dollar, they have a chart for this inquiry that really shows everything was sped up, in 1944. That's basically when Bretton Woods established USD as world reserve currency, and they began waning the dollar off of the gold standard and introducing the petrodollar system in 1971. That complete transition had completed, and we were in a completely fiat paper-based value set. But as we know, we have this single source of truth called Bitcoin, and it's looking pretty good. Now, one thing I wanted to show you, there is a big variation, in the way that this event has been reported. Again, this is July 21st, 7 in the morning. Price goes up because Donald Trump talks about Bitcoin. And you jump on over to another media outlet, same day. Price rattles as Democrat Biden quits and endorses Kamala Harris, and it talks about the drop. But at the time, that I'm making this video, Bitcoin is actually up, 67.8, and we know, being in the game, 3%, 5% in a day, that's nothing. I've shown you in these charts. So I say all that just to say, you have to be mindful of how this information is presented to you. You have to begin to discern truth for yourself. There is a very, very, very influential mind named Dr. Delbert Blair. And one of the things he talks about in his speeches, he says, truth does not exist until you decide what truth is, right? So don't let a media publication, don't let my voice, however, influential and excited it may be, don't let it determine your truth. You have that power in this reality. We all have free will, right? And they call it willpower for a reason, because it actually has energy to it. Like, whatever you intend to happen, that's what's going to be attracted towards you. And if you reject it, if you repel it, if you absorb yourself in negative sentiment, all of a sudden that's what, don't be surprised if that's what you got coming in your near and dear immediate future, right? Sidetrack, it's like I had to stop listening to a lot of types of music. I can't listen to Future. I can't listen to Travis Scott. I can't listen, some of these guys just sound like they own Lean and Percocet all day. Like, that's not my vibration. You feel me? I could turn up in the club once in a while and, nod my head when it come on, but I'm not driving around to it every day, right? It's like you have to align yourself, almost like redesign yourself for whatever frequency you want to amplify, whatever frequency you want to attract, right? And that's why I get excited about this. Like, if everybody that's been following my channel, shout out to you. I have not advocated for any form of political fuckery that we have experienced. However, right, I do recognize that we have a critical juncture in society right now. And there's no longer a question mark as to if Bitcoin is going to gain global support. That has already happened. Now it's a matter of when such said global support will start enacting the policies that validate this conclusion. And that's what we're starting to see happen right now. And that's why I get excited about it. That's why I talk about it. But it is a pivotal moment for crypto. Like, this guy, the leader of the free world that, quote, just took a bullet for democracy, his words, not mine. This dude, I swear, Donald Trump is like his biggest cheerleader ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, between him and Kanye, you got two of the biggest self-promoters in the history of humanity. Like, it's crazy, right? That's why they're good friends. Like, they know each other, right? But anyway, this is a critical time for Bitcoin. It's a critical time for the future of the American economy. And it all roads lead to Nashville. This Bitcoin conference is about to be sold out. If I was on the East Coast, I would probably be down there. But I'm out here in Vegas, so I just go, had to sip me a pina colada on the poolside somewhere and watch it on YouTube, right? Crypto is now on the campaign trail. That's what I'm talking about. Like, Bitcoin got a road to the White House, right? Sitting at 67,000. That's still cheap. But one of the things they talk about, Bitcoin 2024, Donald Trump sets a $60,000 photo op fee. First thing I thought about was like, dang. I was like, who got 60 G's just to take a selfie with somebody? That's crazy. But some people out there got it. Some people got it. Like, it ain't tricking if you got it. More power to you. I'm going to have it one day. I just don't know if I'm going to give it away for a picture. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But, to each their own. You gotta drop 60 racks on a picture with Donald Trump. Hopefully it come frame and sign. Like, I think that's the least they could do for 60 G's. You never know. But here we go. I said, why 60,000? Right? Why is it 60,000? Why not 48.5? You know what I'm saying? Two for 52. Like, why is it 60,000? Then I thought about it like, this guy is virtue signaling, right? We learned about this at Notre Dame. It's like when one company says or does something, so another company could interpret it and incorporate it into their strategy. It's called virtue signaling. Companies talk to each other all the time, but just by the way they price their items for consumption, right? The act or practice of displaying one's awareness and attentive to political issues or social matters. So essentially what he's saying is, yeah, you could take a picture with me, but just give me 1 Bitcoin. We have that in motion right now. As I mentioned when I started this video, Bitcoin's sitting at 67, 68,000. He rounded it down. He said, don't worry about the change. Keep the change. Just give me, you know what I'm saying? I'll front the rest. You can put up 60. But in market terms, that's essentially 1 Bitcoin. All things being equal. And so that starts to show you that this guy is even pricing Bitcoin in to his engagement and interactions with his community. In addition to that, as we all know, you know, it ain't no fun if the homeboy don't get none. And Donald Trump is considering BlackRock CEO Larry Fink as Treasury of Secretary, or Secretary of the Treasury. Who is BlackRock? Well, if you don't know, you must have been under a BlackRock for quite some time. BlackRock is essentially one of the cornerstone companies that owns everything. That's the nicest way to say it. I think they got like $10 trillion in management, which is incredible, right? Right there. $10 trillion. They make about 20 billion a year. And they've been buying Bitcoin. Hand over fist by the droves. They have billions of dollars in Bitcoin. 20 billion, right? BlackRock, Larry Fink embraces Bitcoin. They manage nearly $20 billion in crypto. And this is the guy that will be aligning with Trump to essentially plan for the future, right? They got 4 years together. And granted, we will more than likely have some type of economic correction / depression just to make sure his legacy is not, proliferated. The house of cards go fall, but at least he'll be in there, with his people in his corner that support his vision to make it through the storm as best as they can. I think, we definitely have a split between, free thinkers and, system sheep, so to speak. And you got a lot of free thinkers that have embraced and understood crypto for what it is. And you got some people on the other side that just been checking the name on the blue ticket their whole life. They don't care what the other side think. And one reason I do appreciate, King Bobblehead himself. The one reason I do appreciate him, he don't read no teleprompters. You see what I'm saying? I always talk about like the bobbleheads, like all they doing is reading the words behind the screen, listening to the voice in their ear, telling them what to say. Donald Trump write his own script, right? You watch one of his speeches, this man is freestyling for 3 or 4 hours, which is crazy. He ain't got no teleprompter. He don't got no speechwriter. Like, it's all him. And I think that's why, some of the media oligarchs really don't approve of him because, they used to somebody just read the teleprompter. Joe, he can't read. He got dementia. Okay, well, tell him to look and smile. You know what I'm saying? Dementia Joe, God bless you. Good luck with your glory years because we know you already in them, right? But, I think it's just impressive that we have this moment to anticipate and to recognize. And as I mentioned, Bitcoin sitting at 67,000. That is a bargain, right? If you got the CEO of one of the richest corporations in the world coming to advocate political policy for the advancement of cryptocurrency, I think, that's worth talking about. And that's why we're here today. So that's what I got for you guys. I think it's a magical moment in crypto. I think, the inch and a half, the one way or the left is really kind of the cosmic shift that we might have needed to see this thing advance a lot faster than what I thought it would be. I think, if you get a different person in there, like you haven't heard 5 words about Bitcoin the last 4 years come out the White House. But now all of a sudden, it's front page news every single day. And that's what I appreciate most about this opportunity. Again, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I respond to every comment you guys leave me. So with that being said, everybody, make sure you jump in the comments, shout your city out. We just got a few more days until I give away some more free Bitcoin. Until then, thank you for joining me. With that being said, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss.
Huh. Arms.